Doing it for the love. Doing it for the love, so now I'm doing what I want.
I did it for the love of the shit.
Doing it for the love, so now I'm doing what I want.
I did it for the love of the shit.
Hip hop and rap, yeah, that's where my heart's at. That's where my heart's at. Hip hop and rap, yeah, that's where my heart's at. Doing it for the love,
For the love of the shit.
doing it for the love,
I did it for the love.
doing it for the love.
For the love of the shit.
Hip hop and rap, doing what I want.
I did it for the love of the shit. I did it for the love of the shit. I did it.
For the love, that's where my heart's at. Doing it for the love, hip hop and rap. That's where my heart's at. That's where my heart's at. That's where my heart's at. That's where my heart's at.
I did it for the love of the shit.
Yeah.
I did it.
Look at that. And we're live. A little late. What's up, everybody? Listen, sometimes when you do things, there's so many updates going on. You want to make sure you get all your information right. So, again, that's what we're doing. And I'm rocking the 76ers hat because you all know why I'm rocking the Sixers hat. Because, like I said to Ghost, let me tell you something, man. This team is unbelievable right now. And I'm trying to keep the expectations tempered. And I get it. They played Minnesota. They played the LOL Knicks. I understand. But Ghost, number one with Daily Sports NBA pre-show. As always, follow at all social formats. Also, make sure you're following the Sharp app, one-stop shop for all things betting. Make sure you follow socials as well. Every single social format. Smash the like button, hit the subscription. But Ghost, the Philadelphia 76ers, can you believe how good they played the last two games?
I can. That's how good James Harden is. Been saying it for years, man. I think you could find me saying this on probably 1/3 of shows where I mentioned James Harden is he's the most prolific offensive player of this generation. That's what it is. That's what happens when you have James Harden on your team.
That's exactly right. And I think one of the things I would say, maybe you got this because you're a more avid player than I've been in the years past. But, you know, when you're on the East Coast and you have a player predominantly plays in the West Coast, you don't really get to see them a lot, right? We do this in football in the NFL. It's like, wait a minute, are the Niners that good? I don't see the Niners play, right? So even though we see Sports Center and we see Web Gems and all that kind of stuff on James Harden, now you see how good the thing. I'll tell you what goes. Maybe you'll help me with this, but I didn't realize how good and accurate of a passer he was. I mean, his pinpoint accuracy with his passing is unbelievable. I undervalue that a lot.
It's just it really started when he went from OKC to Houston, and when he was in his second year at Houston, and that's when he kind of shifted to running point, because before that, James Harden was always off ball, and he was a secondary ball handler, and that's the way that he came into the league, and that's the way that he came out of college, and that's the way that people saw his game transitioning. You know, he was always a dynamic scorer. somebody that could shoot the three, not absolutely lethal from behind the arc, but someone that could shoot it well, and just somebody that is born to score. And he's somebody that's just gotten better and better as his career has gone on. And his step back three is one of the most trademark offensive plays of the last decade plus. Like when you see that step back three and you're watching the game live, and I'm not saying you're watching the one game in a blue moon on NBA TV or anything like that. No, like I'm saying you watch him like day in and day out. He does it all the time. And his ability to create space for himself and create space for his teammates is just, you can't find somebody that does it better than James Harden in this league.
Yeah, that step back, man.
It's not, you can't defend it. You can't defend it. He's like the thing that's crazy to me is just he's never off balance when he fires off the ball. He's never off balance. He's got both feet planted and he's ready as if it's a catch and shoot situation. It's you can't teach things like that. That's a perfected art, and he's got it down to a science. And right now, I've always said he's the most prolific offensive player that I've ever seen play the game, and that includes Steph, that includes KD, that includes guys like that. Man, it's just what he does on the court. Nobody else can do what he does. The vision is ridiculous. His pick, like, and now you get to see it too in Philadelphia. The pick and roll with Joel Embiid, man. How do you stop that?
Oh,
how do you stop? What are you gonna do? If you switch, first of all, if you switch a big man onto James Harden, good luck. And then if you're gonna put one man on the roll man in a pick and roll, that's Joel Embiid. You're gonna leave him one-on-one in the post. Like, it's just you can't defend that. You got to figure it out. You got to draw guys in, and then all of a sudden you got Tobias Harris shooting wide open threes. You got Tyrese Maxey shooting wide open threes. Like, that's just what James Harden does for an offense. And when he wanted to run, and it kind of came out in the media too. He said he wanted to do that in Brooklyn, and it was just KD wants to play Warrior style basketball, but you don't have Stephen Clay out there with you, man. You don't have Draymond Green out there with you. You got Bruce Brown out there with you. You got James Johnson out there with you. Like,
stiffs.
You can't. James Harden wanted to play ISO basketball, and that's the way he's always played it. Now he gets to do that in Philadelphia.
It's infectious.
You see what that offense looks like, and it's absurd.
It is. It's like I said. I mean, listen. I can't get the smile off my face, and I know. Listen, Jason. I get it. Jason's killing me. It's like I overhyped. They only played the Timberwolves. I don't care. Listen. Do you understand? There's like when you live in Philadelphia and you've gone through the litany of stiffs for this Sixers team, like going back to Charles friggin' Shackelford. Okay, stop it. We've gone through so many experiences. The Andrew Bynum experience, the Jahlil Okafor experience. Stop. Let us be happy. That's all you want to do is you want to be happy. So, listen, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays on. But 27 free throws for my big man last night, who, I'm sorry, Adam, is the MVP in the NBA. Move aside Jokic. It's Embiid's turn. I'm sorry. He is the MVP. And like you said, Ghost, this offense, if it's clicking, not to mention a 21-year-old Tyrese Maxey that is absolutely insane right now. I mean, just listen. Tobias Harris is looking for a ball. Can he get a ball? Like, he's just looking around, stumbling over his own 2 feet yesterday. So it's going to be interesting. But I'll tell you what, people are going to be playing hard like crazy. His price might be $15,000 on Wednesday when he plays. I'm telling you, it's going to be nuts, man. It's nuts. And how about that prop? Like the over 2.5 threes that's been plus money ever since he's been in the Sixers uniform for 2 games. It's hit both times. There's no way it's going to be over 2.5 plus money again.
They're going to readjust big time because the books have taken an absolute killing on James Harden props. Been hammering points over the past 2 games have been 20.5, which just, he's not in Brooklyn anymore. KD's not on the court. He could hit that with ease. Like, people forget that James Harden averaged over 30 points a game for a season.
Yep.
Like, and that's just what he does, right? So, and then his assist prop was constantly at 8.5, 9.5. James Harden is a 30-10 guy every single night. He takes the court, it's 30 and 10 automatically. And like for those props made no sense. His PRA was lower than I've ever seen it. It was at 37.5. It's not going to be like that for long. If it's like that again, keep taking the overs and enjoy it while you can, because at one point he will get back to those Luka, Giannis style PRAs where it's at 49.5, and that's exactly what it should be. That's what James Harden does.
Yeah, that's exactly what Harden does. But look, we talked enough about Harden. I'm sorry for everybody. You spent 12 minutes on the Sixers. I get it. I'm a Philly guy. Can't do nothing about it. But it is, listen, it's must-see TV right now. It's a national storyline, so we got to cover it. But let's get into the big part. Let's get into some money. Let's make some money tonight. Let's make, obviously, we get you a profit center. That's what we're all about. So Win Daily Sports, give us a follow on all social formats. Make sure you go to windailysports.com. Check out all the affiliate links. They're going to be in the description. Make sure you click. You see the FanDuel, Draftkings, Caesars, BetMGM, PointsBet. They're all in there, man. You know, everybody's giving away free money, so why not put free money in your pocket as well? So, Ghost, let's get right to the cores like we do every night. We're going to go, listen, little change up tonight. And, you know, just for everybody. You know, Ghost and Adam do a tremendous job writing an article every single day. It drops literally at 10 a.m. every single day. So I'm doing a disservice to Ghost's time right now to just ask him to rehash an article that he wrote at 10 a.m. So what we're going to do is we're not going to give you, you know, everything that's in the article. We're going to give you a little something different, okay? Because if you need to go read the article because he spends a lot of time on it, puts a lot of stuff in there. So I don't want to ask him, hey, is it really Toronto tonight? Or is that he already knows that, right? And you guys probably already know that as well because you're avid followers. So let's do a little something different. We'll go to the cores and we'll name the players. I'm gonna get a little crazy, but the main thing is we're gonna get some really good props for profit tonight because that's where our money's gonna be made in some FFVPs because everybody knows. We'll talk some ownership levels, but let's go right into the core. So I again, everybody knows I'm a little different, and I don't know if I'm going to be similar to anybody, but I got a little difference in core tonight. Okay, so I always have these gut feels. Like last night, we were on Serious Me and Jason, and like we're building a showdown lineup, and everybody's going Dwight Howard with the captain. I picked Jackson Hayes. Why? I had a feeling. I had a feeling that Jackson Hayes was going to be at his price point, going to be very productive. So tonight, I'm going with the hot hands. Okay, John Morant is turning the NBA upside down. DeMar DeRozan is going on a third, like he's a dark horse MVP candidate. So I'm going to ride with these guys. I'm going to ride until I can't ride no more, man. I'm getting on the horse. I'm going to continue to ride them. Matchups obviously are prevalent, but these guys are so well. And Tyrese Haliburton, man, let me just tell you something. I am such a fan of this kid. Obviously, I know he didn't want to be traded. We all know that. We know the story, but he has just come to Indiana and taken them by storm. 57, 43, 50, 42, 45, and he's playing Orlando, and they stink on the defensive side of the ball. Right? Come on. This is an easy 50-point DK night for my man Hali, and he's only 8,600, Ghost. 8,600. I think he's well undervalued tonight, and I think you should pounce on that. And then I got a little wild card play, right? So everybody, you know, I'm getting into Adam and Ghost are growing on me. They always get that pick a player, a little undervalued player in their core. And I'm going to go Lonnie Walker tonight. I like the matchup in Memphis. I do. I know it's crazy because Memphis is a top 4 team in the West. I get it. Okay, but I like the consistent minutes by Walker, 28 plus. I like any 30, 28, 29. I think this is a 35-point night for Lonnie Walker. I really like his little pop. And the big thing I like about it is look at the 3-point statistics, right? So he's 18 in 3 games. That's 6 per game, and he's shooting a little bit over 40%. So that's why I like that core. Now, Ghost, I know it's going to be a little different. Maybe you have a little Haliburton in there, but we're going to put it up right now. I say at least I feel a little good. So you got Hali in there, man.
I do. My anchors for tonight are going to be Hali and Sabonis. If you've ever read anything that I've put out or watched any show, you guys know how I feel about both of these guys. I got to text Michael and figure out what video our draft preview went in and our live show for the draft too. I gotta find that Haliburton clip, man. I really want to put it out there.
Man. We'll pop that up, man.
I gotta pop that up in the middle of the show one time. I'll dig it up after he drops 60 DK tonight, but it's gonna be Hali and Sabonis for me tonight. Everyone, that OKC Sacramento game is kind of creeping up my radar a little bit. So it's something to keep in mind. Everyone in the field is playing SGA. I'm not going to. I can't stomach it at 9,600. The peripheral stats just don't justify that. But look, I appreciate what you said about the article. Guys, please go and check it out. If you know why I put the Raptors as its own category and then Miami, Charlotte, Milwaukee, please go and read the article and you'll see exactly where I'm going with that. But long story short, the Raptors, just because they've gotten waxed in the last 2 games, you can't deny the fact that they are criminally underpriced right now on Draftkings and FanDuel. And they're in one of the best game environments on the slate. Don't just look at what they did the last 2 games and say, I can't play any of these guys. 8,400 Siakam makes no sense. He was 9,600 just last week. Fred VanVleet at 8K. Fred VanVleet should never be under it. I don't want to say 9,000, but he should be close to that every single night. Scotty Barnes at 57 makes no sense. Gary Trent Jr. at 6,200. If Fred ends up sitting out with some knee soreness, which it was bugging him at morning shoot around this morning, he should play. But again, it's one of those things where he didn't get scratched leading up to that game. Please be prepared to pivot to Gary Trent Jr. You absolutely need to get him in your lineups if that's the case. Miami, no Kyle Lowry, personal reasons, sitting out tonight. If Caleb Martin ends up sitting out this game too, even if he's active, you need to have one of Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, or Gabe Vincent in your lineups. One of those 4 guys has to be in your lineups. It's going to be a very tight rotation. Tyler Hero is going to play 38 minutes. Jimmy Butler is not going to leave the court, and Bam Adebayo will not leave the court. So this is where Duncan Robinson is going to be the first guy to come off. PJ Tucker's he's not meant for the regular season. That's not at the stage of his career. He's not going out there to play 42 minutes in a regular season game in February. Yes, guy's a Peloton instructor, but that's just need to get exposure to the Miami rotation. Charlotte, Milwaukee will be an absolute track meet. It's just everybody is going to play Giannis tonight. And I saw guys in Discord today saying like it was just lineup after lineup without Giannis in it. The point of the article is not to say don't play Giannis. It just gives you alternatives because at 12K on a slate like this, you will need 70 out of him. A 60-point DK net out of Giannis will not be good enough. You need him to go nuclear. You need a 40-plus point, 15-plus rebound performance. And with Jrue Holiday, Chris Middleton, and Bobby Portis all active and healthy in this game, Vegas has it as a 10-point spread. Both these teams are going to be running tight rotations. Charlotte's down a ton of bodies, especially the deeper part of their bench. It's going to be a larger part in the 8-man rotation in Charlotte. But again, it's just between SGA. If people actually land on SGA over Giannis, that's where I will increase my Giannis exposure, especially in a 150 max. But if you're going one lineup tonight, just have a look at guys like DeRozan, Ja, DeJounte Murray, the Raptors at 8K, Sabonis is at 95, Hali's at 86. You can't play all of these guys, right? So for me, Tyrese Haliburton is the utmost priority on the slate. And then when you look at how bad center is, it needs to be one of Giannis or Sabonis. And I like much more what that $2,500 of savings does going Sabonis over Giannis than I do punting somebody at $3,500 to pair with Gabe Vincent. That's too many paths to failure. For me, it's Sabonis over Giannis.
And here's the thing. Adam checking in, as always, hooking us up with the projection model and the optimizer, saying the percentage owned 16% right now. Giannis, and big number, man. 12.6 is a big number. Here's what I will say. You got to say one thing, that Miami is in the driver's seat right now, right? They're first in the East. This is the second part of the season. So I said this before. So the second part of the season, we talked about this last week, that it's a different time, right? So these guys, like you heard Go say, Bam's not coming off the court. Jimmy Butler's not coming off the court, because these wins mean something now. You're at the home stretch. You got about 20 games left in the NBA season. And that East, man, you're going to be jockeying for a position. So you need to start looking at that for your matchup. So that's why we're talking about, hey, look, you got to look at that minute production as well when you're doing these lines. But it's tough, Ghost, when you're talking, like you said, you need a 70, 75-point night from the Greek Freak to really get you comfortable, because that's a big number, man, that he's got to put up. Big number, and you're talking about your lineup.
It's just I'll never make a lineup based on a blowout. You guys know that. I'll absolutely never say, oh, they're gonna. You just can't predict those kinds of things. And you look at 10-point spreads before. Brooklyn just beat Milwaukee outright as a 10-point dog, right? So You never know about big spreads. If you've tuned into a Charlotte Hornets basketball game since the All-Star break, they look horrendous right now. And they're just they can't string it together. Mason Plumlee will get absolutely pulverized tonight in the post. Between Bobby Portis and Giannis, he's in for a very, very long night. And if Milwaukee ends up waxing Charlotte, it's likely because Giannis is going off. But at what point do the Bucks end up taking a bit longer on the shot clock, right? Like that has nothing to do with a blowout. That just has to do with the way that the game of basketball is played. And at that point, I'd be lying if I said it didn't worry me a little bit. They're 10.5-point favorites. Money's coming in on the Bucks on top of that. It's not a situation where I'm moving everything around to get Giannis in my lineups.
So here's the thing, right? So, we talked about Giannis, we talked about the core, we talked about big money. So this is where we get into our FFVPs, because if you're going to put these big guys in there, you got to have a pivot to somebody at the end. Like, you heard Ghost say he needs a tag team partner, right? You got to give him a tag team partner. Who are you going to pair him up with? Because you can't go all these $10,000, $12,000 guys and then you're left with nothing, right? You don't want 5 $3,000 players in your lineup either. That's no good for anybody because you can't win that way. So let's go with the FFVPs, the fantasy firebox value play. We talk about this. You know what it is. Low numbers, low ownership, but some of these guys will be high ownership, but if you put them in the right spot. Now Ghost already talked about this guy already from Miami in Gabe Vincent at 3,600. So I don't really think anybody needs to hear why. I mean, it's right there. The matchup, the numbers, 3,600. You heard about Ghost explain exactly what that was going to be. So a lot of minutes out there. Gabe Vincent 3,600. Get him in the lineup. He can really fill in some spots. And I'm going to go in Toronto land. And Ghost, I know this is, I don't think he's your boy, but he's a Toronto guy. So I'm going to go Thad Young at 3,400, right? I'm going to go. And again, listen, these are what you have to do is you got to pick your poison here, right? But Brooklyn, I keep saying this, I will start anybody against Brooklyn right now. They have zero interior defense. They have zero perimeter defense. I am not scared of them whatsoever right now. So you look at a Thad Young who's giving consistent minutes, 20 plus at 3,400 to give you 20 plus points. He's averaging almost a point per minute in DK. So why not go Thad Young tonight against a team that's very, very lackluster? So that's exactly why I'm going FFVP with Thad Young. But the other part of this is, we got some. Let me get to a couple comments before I go. Brian says no KLB tonight. Listen, man, babe, we can't have him every night, right? We can't have him every night. I know you will. Javon checking this says my FFVPs are Lonnie Walker, Justin Holiday, and Ghost. Help me out, man.
Pokushevsky.
Yeah.
Pokushevsky.
It looks like Pokemon to me, real fast. I'm getting old, my eyes, so I look at it like Pikachu or something.
Yeah,
yes, I do know what Pikachu is. How crazy is that? But yeah, listen, FFV, that's normal, man. Javon's been following for a while. He knows, man. It's been a really cool thing. We started in baseball, gravitated it towards basketball, and it's really working out. Jimmy says you changed my mind on Giannis. Hey, man, that's what we're here for, right? We're not, and again. You do have your own mind, Jimmy. Seriously, we still want you to take our advice, but at the same time, go with what you think too. Don't just go all in. Make sure you formulate your own opinion based on the information that we give. So speaking of that, let's get right back to some props for profit. And this is where Ghost has been on fire. I've been 50-50, so I'm going to give myself a little credit. Ghost last night, almost again. Remember, we had the DK special about 2 weeks ago. Fournier didn't hit. It was a plus 750, right? So I hit on the Sixers DK special, plus 600. It was Harden, it was Embiid, and it was Cat on the final dunk before he left the game, 25 plus. I'll tell you, last night I had 20 plus again for Valanciunas, McCollum, and I was 1 point off, man. 1 point off, man. It was killing me. But I'm going to go back to the well again tonight. I'm going to go because I have to do that. I have to do it. So let's go right in. We're going to keep this trend, right? We're going to keep this trend with. Now, right now, this Haliburton over 17.5 was plus 100. I really think that we could go a little nuclear with this. to where you could probably get the alternate line at 19.5 and probably get even higher, maybe a plus 180, plus 185, depending on what it is. Again, I got this 2 hours ago, so it could change, right? As everybody starts gravitating towards that, it could happen. But again, I think you could get this Ghost in the first half tonight. That's how special he's going to be. And I'm not a huge, big rebound guy, but listen, Giannis, over 12.5 rebounds a night. Now, again, you have to look at what Giannis is doing, but this is against Charlotte. And I'm not even going to mention the stiffs that he's going to be going up against at the center position. Okay, I'm not going to mention that. But I will say 3 out of the last 5, he's hit this number easily. And 4 out of the last 5, only one time out of those 4 did he fall 1 rebound short of hitting this number. So again, this could be an easy first half hit without a sweat. You remember when we did the show, we talked about Rudy Gobert. Ghost was all over it, over 12.5. The guy hit it in the first half. Okay, so again, I think this is that kind of night. And then I'm going to go with all reliable, right? Kendall Johnson, to me, has consistently been plus money in the rebound territory. And again, over 5.5 rebounds. Again, plus 100, not a huge payday. Okay, but it is definitely something that can happen. And depending on what you want to give and what you want to put down, can make you a decent buck. Okay, rebounds, the last 14 in the last 2. He's hit this number, been over. Now, before that, the first 2 he was 2 under, 3 and 2. But again, consistent minutes. He's that 30-plus minute guy. I like San Antonio tonight from again, they're playing Memphis. Who they playing? They're playing Ja. Going to throw up a ton of shots, a ton of rebound opportunities. Keldon Johnson over 5.5. And last but not least, before we get the Ghost, I got to go DK special, and then specifically the Draftkings. I'm going to go DeJounte Murray and Keldon Johnson, 20-plus points together, not combined. They each have to score 20-plus for plus 450. Again, I think this is an easy number for Murray to hit. The only sweat may be Johnson. But again, 3 out of the last 5, he's 22 above, right? This dude is going to score tonight. I'm telling you, I can feel it, Ghost. Plus 450, it's happening tonight. I'm telling you, I'm feeling a 4 for 4 night, man. 4 for 4, hashtag props for profit. Ghost, you got, right? Look at this. I love it. We're going all Halied up tonight.
I grabbed this at 29.5 since my model had Malcolm Brogdon out since when the day started. I've bet it at 30.5. I've bet it at 31.5. And I've bet it 4 times now, up to 33.5. That's what it is. Tyrese Haliburton show. Enjoy
Everybody's in on Hali tonight. Everybody's in on Hali. Even Javon Jackson said it. Hali over 19.5 is plus 134 on FanDuel. Right, so you can get these numbers, man. And again, check out the Sharp app. And you know, instead of going to each individual site, go to the Sharp app, put your player in, boom, 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 show you every single book and every single line. So it's a really good tool to have. Ghost, you're going. Listen, here's what I love about Ghost. He's giving you his exact core, and now he's parlaying them into props for profit. So the Domantas Sabonis, man, I know he's your boy.
Going up against the likes of Derek Favors, Isaiah Roby. I don't know what to say. Like,
that's all you gotta say, man. Yeah.
it might be a 25-point triple-double for Sabonis tonight, in all seriousness. I don't see how this doesn't, like, he's dishing. He's one of the best passing big men. Behind Joker, I'll say this. Behind Joker, he is the best passing big man in the league.
I can get down with that.
He's right there. He's averaging a ridiculous amount of rebounds because Rashawn Holmes is just MIA. That's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, what happened to him?
Sabonis at the 5 is absolutely eating. And the pick and roll game with De'Aaron Fox has been lethal. It's just they got it rolling. This game environment really climbed my ranks. I need pieces to this game. He's in my core. You got to go props profit with the core on top of that. I'm very transparent with that. I play exactly what I say, and I bet exactly what I say. So it's a bonus over 39.5. Should dominate the glass easily. The assists have been there, and when you look at his points prop, it's really juiced for him to score 20 plus. I don't see how he doesn't grab 19.5 rebounds plus assists tonight.
Yeah, I agree. This is one of those Sabonis games where he just goes off, man. We seen it in Indiana, and we're going to see it again in Sacramento. This is going to be, and again, here's what people don't realize: you get a lot of shots going up out there. You get a lot of rebounds. I mean, we talked about that before. So, but he's got he we talked about Harden and Embiid, right? So with De'Aaron Fox, you kind of had the same thing with him and Sabonis because Sabonis is such a good passer, and he's going to be an ISO player in De'Aaron Fox. He's always going to be open. So, great space on the floor. So that's going to be a really good one as well. FEV unlikely to play, Jimmy says, and I completely agree.
That's what Nurse said last game too, right, guys? So
it's tough, man. When we're talking about a knee, it's tough. It is tough.
Look, it's obviously being north of the border. All we do is cover the Raps there. It was bothering him morning shoot around. Nick Nurse said he wasn't going to play last game, and 3 minutes before he was out there taking jump shots, right? So that's it. His foot is bothering him too on the same knee. Like he's pretty banged up, but Toronto's sitting there as the 8 seed. If he's good to go, he will play. So that's the only thing, right? So be sure to keep an eye on that. If he's inactive, it's a lot of Gary Trent tonight, and a lot of Pascal Siakam, a lot of Scotty Barnes. Those I pointed out on the Raptors in the article. Please go and read it. People will be completely down on the Raptors tonight, and that's the biggest mistake you can make on this slate.
Yes, exactly. Well, two things that coach just said. Number one, don't discount the Toronto Raptors, and number two, you need to go read that damn article. But anyway, listen, man, 7-game slate. Again, we went through this 33 minutes, had a lot of fun. We spent a little too much time on the Sixers, but I got to rock the Philly team. It's all good. They're a national storyline right now. But again, hashtag props for profit. Check it out. All social formats. Win Daily Sports, all social formats. At the Sharp app, all social formats. And make sure you look at those affiliate links and get yourself some money. Follow me and Ghost, as always, at Ghost at Bets by Ghost. I like the new change up, man. I got to throw that out there.
Sports betting is the move. Sports betting is the move, and you guys know transparency for me is something that I take a lot of pride on. You'll see me every month tweeting out the results. I'll let those speak for themselves. It's up to you guys.
Absolutely. I love it. It's short and simple, man. That's why I love this guy. So, again, as always, give everybody a follow. Everybody, good luck tonight. Let us know your wins. Let us know how you do. Check us out in Discord. Check those. Again, updates are coming in at 6:15. Constant updates before that 7 o'clock, 7:10 tip. So, as always, everybody stay safe, stay healthy. We'll catch you tomorrow night for another good slate, and hopefully it's profitable.